Hi, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, we are going to be going through my physical TBR. I counted and I have about 29-30 books on my physical TBR. That is extremely way too much for me. I started out with like maybe 9 books on my physical TBR, and that was already pushing it for me because I'm already a slow reader as it is. So adding more just kind of makes me a little bit more anxious, but also there's no way that I can stop buying books. Even though I've been pretty good, I have not been buying any books recently in the last couple months. So it's like I always choke when I'm making these videos. So yeah, we're just gonna go through my physical TBR, all the books that I have on my shelf that I'm going to be reading soon, hopefully. And yeah, let's just get into it. The first book that we have is All Is Bright by Rayanne Thane. I got this book at Goodwill, and I actually did a haul for my Goodwill haul. Oh my god. And I got this one. There was like a little section of like little Christmas books, so I thought this one was interesting. After reading the back, it's like Single Dad, Grumpy Sunshine, so I'm super excited to get into this. And I feel like because they're kind of small, I'll be able to get through them pretty quickly, but I just haven't had the opportunity to kind of reach for it. Then we have Silent Sister by Diane Chamberlain. This was also a part of my Goodwill haul. I got it at Goodwill. Obviously, I just said Goodwill haul. Did I say that this was called The Silent Sister? I think I said that. I don't know why I feel like I didn't say that. This is like giving secrets, giving lies. Seems like it's gonna be a little mystery thriller. I want to get into mystery thrillers more. I recently read The Housemaid, and that one was really good. So I feel like I should be reaching for these a little bit more often. So I'm super excited. Then we have H2O by Virginia Burgin. I remember saying that this cover was like iconic because I really like how it's like a cutout. It's also one of the books that I got at Goodwill. I know that I would be the first one to die if I was in this book, but it's very interesting, a very different take to dying if it rains or the rain killing you. I think that's what it was about. I think it's gonna be super interesting, a very different take that I've seen, especially since I'm very much into romance. I don't really read these type of books, but now that I'm trying to get into it, I think it'd be I think that'd be perfect. Then we have Dating Dr. Dill by Nisha Sharma. I won this in a giveaway, actually. One of my friends on Instagram was hosting a giveaway. I entered and I surprisingly won. So she sent me this book, and it's just so weird because like you get books and you feel like you're gonna read them, but then like other things get in the way, like maybe your Kindle reads and all these other things that you just kind of don't get into it. But I need to get into it. I've seen this one around a lot, and I love the cover. Bursting with character, spicy tension, and laughs. You see, all the things I'm into. So I think this one's gonna be super fun. I have The Freedom Writer's Diary. I remember watching this movie, and my friend had the book, and I meant to read it, and then somehow it ended up with me, and I never gave it back. It's very interesting to kind of read like the real story, you know, like the real people behind it. Definitely want to get into this one. Then we have Never Lie by Frida McFadden. This one was actually another another buy from Goodwill, separate from the other ones that I've spoken about. I think I was going to start The Housemaid, and I was like, oh my god, this one's in pretty good condition, and it's by her, and I've seen it, and I think it's gonna give what it needs to give. So I bought it. I thought it was such a Goodwill find. Such a good Goodwill find. I'm super excited, especially now that I have read The Housemaid and I really enjoyed that one. I think this one is going to be really good too. Then we have It's Kind of a Funny Story by Ned Vicini. I think one time I saw a TikTok on this, or like a video, and then I went to Barnes & Noble's, and it was during the time where I wasn't reading as often as like I am now, and I remember someone talking about how heartfelt and how sad this book made them, or how much they connected with it. So I was very interested in getting it, so I went to the bookstore and I got it. I started it. I got to page, there used to be a bookmark in here, but I guess I took it out. I didn't even get halfway into it, so I definitely want to get back into it. Probably going to start from the beginning because I do not remember anything. I feel like I remember like bits and pieces, but obviously I'd have to start from the beginning. Then we have The Summer After You and Me. This one is also a book that I've had where I wasn't reading, but I was reading, but not like how I'm reading now. Will it be a summer of fresh starts or second chances? So a very summer second chance kind of read. I think this one will be very interesting. Then we have The Secret Life of Albert and Twistle. Hopefully I'm saying the name right. I remember I had a hard time saying it the first time, but this one is by Matt Kane. I bought this one in Orlando, and it was like part of a blind date with a book, blind book with a date. Blind date with a book, I'm pretty sure is what it was. And this was the book in there. I actually have I kept the sticker or little paper clues as to what the book could be. So I'm very excited to get to read this one. Clearly I was excited that I kept that. And the cover is so cute. I love it. I remember I opened it and I was like, oh my god, this is like the cutest thing ever. Definitely excited to get to this one too. This one, I really do want to read it because it was part of the blind date with a book. Hopefully I will get to this one as well. Then we have another book that I'm super excited to read. Why haven't I read it? I have no idea. Again, it's Part of Your World by Abby Jimenez. First book that I read by her was Friend Zone, and that one I just didn't really like too much, and then I didn't continue that series, so then I maybe kind of put off her books. But then I kept seeing this one around, and one of my friends read this one and absolutely loved it, so it's just been on my radar forever. And then I also won this one in a giveaway with Dating Dr. Dill. That was the same giveaway, and I've just seen so many people rave about this book and about her other books, and then she just had like a new release, so I feel like I definitely need to read this one. Like, I need to read it. Then we have Bring Me Home for Christmas by Robin Carr. This is also giving Christmas. As you can see, it is a Netflix story, which is kind of exciting. Maybe reading this will be the motivation that I need to watch the movie afterwards. This was also a Goodwill find. I need to get to this one. Then we have another Goodwill find that was also with this one and All Is Bright. This one's Falling Stars by Fern Michaels. Holiday romance. Who doesn't love a holiday romance? Maybe I'll read these during Christmas to get that Christmas feel. Maybe I won't. I don't know. But maybe I'll try to leave them for Christmas to get the little Christmas spirit going. You know, I have 3 of them. But yeah, I need to read this one. Then we have, honestly, I think this one has been on here the longest. Which one did I say that about? I said that about The Summer After You and Me. This one's surely competing with that one. This is Western Skies by Nora Roberts. Honestly, I don't know where I got this, how I got this, when I got this. I just know I got this a long time ago. This one was also one of the books that I had when I was reading here and there. And then when I started collecting books and stuff, I remembered her name. And I have this friend who's like in love with her, so I really want to get into it. And it's a romance, so I will surely get to this one too. Eventually. Then we have another recent buy from Goodwill. Again, this one's Heart of the Raven Prince. It's a Cinderella retelling, Entangled with Fae, and this is by Tassanja Odette. Kind of getting into the Fae world fantasy, so I was thinking that this could be another great introduction to fantasy as well. So I'm super excited for this, and I love the cover. Super cute, has a lot of different little details and symbols that maybe resonate with the story, so I'm super excited. This is The Last Flight by Julie Clark. It says 2 women, 2 flights, 1 last chance to disappear. I think they like switch flights, and then one of the planes ends up crashing. A little mystery, a little thriller. There's gonna be some secrets. With your back against a wall, would you be brave enough to take the chance you're given? It says you won't be able to put it down, so super excited for this one as well. This next one I am super excited to get into. It's been on my radar forever. It is The Predator by Runix. This one, I saw a TikTok about it. I kept seeing people read it, and I went to the Steamy Lit bookstore, and I saw it there, and I was like, I need to pick it up, so I picked it up. They also had the second one there in stock as well, but I was like, I just need to pick up the first one because clearly I haven't read much. It's the Dark Verse, and it's book 1. I'm pretty sure there's about 5 or 6 if I'm not mistaken, so I definitely need to get to this one. And it's pretty thin. It has less than 300 pages, so I feel like that'd be an easy read, but then again, I'm slow, so can't count on me reading the fastest. This one definitely highly anticipated for me, and I need to pick it up like right now. I need to pick it up right now. Then we have The Turnbull Murders. The Turnbull Murders, a historic Holmes mystery by R.J. Coretto. I found out about the free little libraries where you leave a book, take a book, take a book, leave a book. And I researched a few of them around my neighborhood, and so I ended up going to a few, and I exchanged a book and took this one, Mysteries, Secrets. I thought it would just be really interesting. I think it'll be something different. I feel like can give me a little mystery murder, but also kind of like on the historic vibe, it looks like. Then we have One Small Thing by Aaron Watt. This one has also been on my TBR the longest as well. I think it's a romance. It says, don't miss the sensational story from the #1 New York Times bestselling author duo of The Royals and When It's Real. She's falling for the one boy she should hate. Okay, giving romance, giving angst. Definitely gonna have to read this one. Then we have 7 Days in June by Tia Williams. 7 days to fall in love, 15 years to forget, and 7 days to get it all back again. Like that sounds so good. I need to read this one immediately. Then we have Autobiography by Christina Lauren. I read Love in Other Words and The Unhoneymooners. I've heard of this one, seen it, and so I picked it up. Then we have Torn Away by Jennifer Brown, which is also a book I've had. Which is also a book that I've had for the longest. I think it's like a natural disaster happens and she's torn away from her family. So it says, I tried to call mom, no connection. 911, nothing. So yeah, maybe she's by herself doing a natural disaster. I don't know if it's like a hurricane, earthquake. This seems very interesting. In an instant, my whole world changed. So definitely gotta read this one. We have another one that I need to read. It's Brutal Prince by Sophie Lark. First of all, the cover. There's like 6 books, I think, and I still have the first one and I haven't read it, but definitely on my radar, definitely going to be reading these. Definitely going to be collecting the other books as well, because I can't just have the first one and not the other ones. It doesn't make sense. But this one was also part of a buy when I went to the Steamy Lit book club. Bookstore. I keep saying book club. They do have a book club though, but the bookstore. I bought this one at the same time that I bought the Predator book. It's part of the Brutal Birthright series. Definitely gonna be reading this one. Super excited. And this one actually has drawings in them. Then we have The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. Please don't make fun of me. I'm sorry. My Legs Fell Asleep is by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I've never read any of her books. My friend loves her. This is like the most that I've heard that a lot of people love, and I know it's getting like a TV show or a movie, one of those. I thought it'd be really interesting to kind of get into and see what everyone's talking about, why people love it so much. Super excited to get into this one. Then we have Nora Roberts, The Next Always. This is book 1 of the In Boonesboro trilogy. So this is the first one. I do not have the second one or the third one. It says a new novel about family business and finding time for love, but I definitely have to get into this one as well. Then we have The Futures by Anna Petoniak. This is The Futures. This one is pretty much different from what I read. It says, in the summer of 2008, a young couple moved to New York City in search of success, only to learn that the lives they dream of come with dangerous strings attached. Definitely have to read this one. The next one is Wait For It by Jen McKinley. This one is giving summer reading, love, summer love. It says, a woman looking for a new lease on life moves to Arizona, where she rents a guest house on a gorgeous property with a mysterious owner, a man who teaches her about resilience, courage, and ultimately true love in this funny, bright, big-hearted novel about hope and healing. Hopefully we get to it soon. We have Everything We Didn't Say by Nicole Bart. This one is like a murder mystery, mother-daughter reconciliation. I definitely have to get to this one as well. Then we have Bride by Ali Hazelwood. I'm super excited for this. I also bought this along with The Predator and Brutal Prince at the Steamy Lit bookstore. They had it when I went. It was like newly released. It wasn't the day of its release, but it had released within that week, so I was super excited to get it. I think it's Ali Hazelwood's first paranormal fantasy kind of book. I definitely have to get through this one. And last but not least, we have Before I Let Go by Kennedy Ryan. This one I had on my February TBR, if I'm not mistaken, or my January TBR. I think it was my February TBR, where I did like the TBR game that people do with the prompts, but I chose too many books and I didn't get to finish this one. I didn't even get to start it, so I've been kind of moving it throughout the months. But this one I definitely have to read. I have to read. I have to read it. First of all, the cover is stunning, and I need to read it. Why haven't I read it yet? It's a mystery to all of us. But this one, definitely gonna read it. It's emotional, raw, real, and addictively delicious. Sign me up. I need to read it. This was the last book, and I'm definitely reading it. So this was all the books that I have on my physical TBR. I counted them, and there are exactly 60. There are 29 books on my TBR. I don't know where I got 60 from. This is the end of the video. I had so much fun showing you guys my physical TBR. It's been a while since I've gone through them, and it's been a while since I posted a video. I hope you guys enjoyed going through my books with me. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope to see you in the next one.